stars, yet here we are. We are traveling across the universe. We've come so far, yet here we are. We have hands to plant the gardens, voices to sing the songs, yet here we are on the edge of time. What's that sound? A bell has rung. I made you out of clay from the riverbed. I sculpted your face into the being that you wished to be. And when you were ready, I plunged my hands into the wheat paste and pulled the ripped strips of paper through my fingers and layered them over your clay form. Layer after layer, day after day, until you were thick and dry and ready to paint. And then you told me the colors of your story. You are copper and a deep brown with green and blue. You are a mother, like the earth is our mother. And you are a father, like the green man is a father to the earth. And when I look into your eyes, I can feel the mystery. I grew up in a house full of masks. In the kitchen, on every wall, there were faces looking out at me from other worlds. My father was an archaeologist, my mother an artist. They would fly off to distant lands, and when they returned, they'd open their suitcases, and inside were these woven pieces of cloth of every color with patterns all through them, and dresses that fit me just right, and dust and masks. My friends were afraid to spend the night. Except for Joanne. She was part Cherokee. She would just stare at the masks. And then she'd say, "They're trying to tell us something." So one day behind the barn, Joanne says, "I need to tell you something. The world is going to end. The Crow people told me from the stars. They came down and they said that we can go back with them. They're going to come and get us on giant horses. So we need to get ready." So Joanne and I gathered sticks and leaves, and we made headdresses and masks, and we galloped around on our pretend ponies, getting ready to leave. We were afraid to tell our parents. When I was a child, I had a recurrent dream of an orange and blue ball. It's coming down towards me. It's coming into me. I'm becoming it. I'm becoming it. I'm orange. I'm blue. It's blue inside me. I'm falling. I'm falling. I'm falling. There's no place to land. No, Mama. Mama. Mommy. 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 I had the dream again. The orange and blue ball. It's all right, dear. You're okay. Go back to bed. The dream came again and again. So many times that something in my brain switched, and when I see orange, I see blue. And when I see blue, I say orange. And something in me still feels like it's falling. Do you know the film The Man Who Fell to Earth by David Bowie? Nicholas Roeg made that. Nicholas Roeg, David Bowie. David Bowie. He plays an alien who comes down to our Earth to bring water back to his dying planet. I wrote my thesis about that film in college. It was the time of the Cold War. And I was constantly aware of the fact that at any moment my whole world could go up in a mushroom cloud. I couldn't understand why millions of people weren't out on the street saying no to total annihilation. I felt like something about the alien was telling me something. And then one night after watching the film for the umpteenth time, I saw a pattern. I saw that David Bowie was coming from an orange planet and landing on a blue planet. He wore a blue hat over his orange hair. He drove a blue limousine in an orange desert. And when he revealed his true self, he was green. And also, when he came to our planet with his high-level technology, corporations stole it from him. And he became an alcoholic, addicted to TV. And that was when I remembered my childhood dream. Was it a premonition? Changes. Turn and face the strange. Changes. 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 As I grew up on this earth, I became increasingly worried and anxious about the oppression and destruction and suffering that we humans play out on this beautiful place. I tried my best to respond. After college, I learned how to grow vegetables, and I took them to the farmer's market. And I wrote letters, and I signed petitions. I made posters and went to protests. And then I started to get depressed, and I started to drink a lot. And I smoked a lot of pot. was trying to get numb. And then I learned to meditate. And I let my body relax and soften, and I began to dance in community and sing. And then I dove deep into my personal trauma and my ancestral trauma. And then I went back to graduate school and I studied how to help others get through their trauma. But the most profound gift of my life and awakening was when I became a mother. It took 21 hours for me to bring my child into this world. And now you are the world to me. You are golden. It's our first full day together. I can see a tiny rainbow in every strand of your hair. Oh, your eyes are blue. I can see a little glint of green. Yet here you are in my arms, with the world on fire at the end of an empire. But I will protect you. I can get big. I can get very big. That was the year that Al Gore released his film, An Inconvenient Truth. My body froze as I saw him depict climate change as orange flames engulfing our blue planet. Is this really happening? Is this really happening? My son is just learning how to walk. And he's walking into a future that will be. I couldn't sleep. And then one night, I was looking out at the stars through the window, and they seemed to be calling me. I remembered the crow people. I felt like they were lifting me off into the darkness. And there, I could see the stars. And the planets spiraling. And then I looked back at the earth and I could see that the earth was inside this giant spiral. And then I heard a voice. It said, "The world's not going to end. This is infinite. This is about love. But there is a pattern on earth. Keep looking for it." And I floated back down to my room, to my bed, to my child, and I felt like I landed on Earth for the first time. We are travelers across the universe. We come from stars, yet here we are. We are traveling across the universe. We've come so far, yet here we are. So I remembered the masks in my house and the people who made them, and how they had been celebrating their interdependence with the world for millennia. And so I made you and many other puppets, and I took to the streets with my friends. It's 2016. My son is 11. We're going to celebrate Interdependence Day. We write a play with other homeschool children about the 4 elements: earth, air, fire, and water, and how humans are responsible for fire, and how we've let the fire get into all the other elements, into the air, into the water, and into the soil. We create a parade from the 4 directions, from the north, the south, the east, and the west. We join with Climate Action Now. Mothers out front, the raging grannies. We have elephants coming from the north, and polar bears. We have fish, and we have birds. And we all come together on the front steps of First Churches in downtown Northampton, Massachusetts. My son and his friends climb up on ladders. My son takes the mic. We are all one with all the elements, all the animals, all the plants. We need to stop burning up our world with fossil fuels. The crowd erupts in agreement. Listen, listen to the children. We read the Declaration of Interdependence, and we herald the coming of a green new world. Climate activists spread out around the city. They flag stage 3, methane gas leaks. Within a week, the newspaper has given us a full-page spread. Puppets, children, climate change. Within a month, the politicians, the activists, and the gas companies come together and make a plan to seal up the leaks. Art works!
Yes!
We can make a difference! So I wonder, how much bigger can we get? When we create parades and we take to the streets, cars stop. People walk into places that are usually unsafe to walk. We sing, we chant, we declare, we are fragile and we're not going away. Aren't these streets meant to connect us? A woman with a stone-cold face leans out of her car window and yells, "What the hell is going on?" I look back at her and I make eye contact and I nod assurance. And then I step back out with you, my great green being, right behind me. So, here's my midnight dream. What if everywhere on Earth, people and puppets were to take to the street in declaration of our interdependence with all of life, with all elements, with all stars, with all universes. Can you imagine locally focused communities coming together to create a presence so big that the weight of power just slides gracefully back into the hands of the many? Yeah. Can you imagine animals? And trees. And plant beings. And water beings. And mothers. And children. And people of all colors and genders having puppets and banners and pageants and songs and chants and coming together on the streets to educate and uplift our global culture into a recognition of the reverence of life. We are star stuff, and we have hands that can make beauty out of anything. What have we got to lose? From the north and south we come, from the east and west we all are one, held in the arms of our mother. Earth, air, fire, water, this is the world we love. From the roots to the clouds above, it's in our hands across the land to listen to the call of love. Listen to the call of love. Listen to the call of love.